working?
Harder. Sorry.
Okay. Hello? Good? Better?
Yeah.
Start again. Dear audience, a lot of people say, what's in the name? I say, there's nothing in the name. Your name gives you a distinction. People recognize you from X and Y. I say, everything is in the nickname. A nickname is a very, very powerful device because various people can get nicknames on various events. You can get nicknamed because of a special event, because of a particular mannerism, because of a deficiency, because of a shortcoming, because of a resemblance to a celebrity or even an animal. A nickname can be your strength, and a lot of times your nickname can be your biggest threat. Allow me to tell you a short story written by a very famous poet and writer from India called Rabindranath Tagore. It's a story about a teenage boy called Ashu. Ashu is an introvert, shy, and a very obedient boy. He listens to his parents, he listens to his teachers, he listens to his students. One day, on a very rainy day, when his little sister asked her brother to play with her dolls, he readily agreed. Which loving brother would not listen to his little sister? While they were playing in the balcony with her sister's doll, one of his school teachers crossed the street and he saw his student playing with dolls. Which boy plays with dolls? So the teacher goes to the school next day and gives him a nickname. He goes to the class and announces, Ashu is Ginni. Now Ginni is a Bengali word which means housewife. For a teenage boy to have such a name is a huge burden. He did not know what to do because everywhere he went, from his friends, teachers and colleagues, everybody started calling him by that name. That name was a big burden for him. He thought playing with his sister was the biggest mistake, and now this nickname will define his identity forever. The story ends with Ashu converting himself to a rude, stubborn, and arrogant guy who is now throwing tantrums, who is angry with everything, and who is bitter with everything around him. I was 17 years old when I read that story. I had a deja vu because exactly 4 years back, I had a similar experience. I was also 13 years old when one day in my class, my teacher came and said, "You have lice in your hair. It is yuck. You should do something." For those of you who don't know, lice is a very creepy insect that can grow in your hair and multiply. It is not life-threatening. It's not yuck by any means. It's contagious. Probably my teacher's intention was to make me aware of the shortcoming so that I can work on it and overcome it. But believe me, friends, the timing couldn't have been more wrong. Because along with me, there were 45 other people sitting in that same classroom. As she finished her statement, all eyes were on me. I heard pin drop silence for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. The 4th second, the silence broke into "Oh!" and everybody was screaming and shouting. They thought it was so funny. 10 minutes later, when the class ended, all my fellow students were on me. They were pulling my leg, making fun of me. Among many, many things they said to me, one nickname stuck. Licey. I was called Licey. For the next few years, I was Licey. Everywhere I went, everybody I saw, every teacher I encountered called me Licey. I thought that nickname will define my identity. I took medicines. I washed my hair daily. I got rid of the lice. But I could not get rid of the name. That name stuck. And that was becoming my identity. That name made me so bitter with everything that I stopped talking to people. I stopped interacting with my teachers. I felt I was being deprived of things that I deserved. I love talking. I love debating. In my school, I was denied entry to a debate club. And I heard two teachers jokingly say, "Yeah, having Lycee in the team is dicey. When I read the story of Ashu, I realized the fate I was heading to. But I didn't want to be this guy who is bitter with everything around me. And I thought I should try and mend those bridges that I have burnt. I tried to reach out to my friends and be nice to them, be nice and win my friends over. But it was tough. I could not. I remember on my 18th birthday, I cajoled, bribed my friends to wish me. I bought them cakes, I bought them chocolates, only with the hope that they will ring me at my place on my birthday and wish me. Believe me, friends, I was sitting by my phone all day, and at finally 6 o'clock, my phone rang. I very enthusiastically picked up the phone, and my friend Rahul was on the other side. He picked up the phone and said, "Happy birthday, Lycee." For me, it was clear. If I want to be friends with them, I have to accept the nickname they choose for me. I have to accept the identity they give me. But was I happy with it? Was it sufficient enough, reason enough for me to accept the nickname and identity they want to give me? The answer was no. I was not ready to accept that nickname. I was not ready to accept that identity. Nicknames start as a joke when people call you because of an incident or something that happened. But before you realize, it becomes your identity. Why does nickname have such a big power? Because nickname is often a verb or an adjective. And that moment somebody uses that, it takes you back to that memory. Whatever I do, whatever I say, imagine being called Lycee. The first thought that comes to the mind is lice. Whatever you do, even if you are the first man on the moon, the first thought is you have lice. When you cannot change people around you, it's time to change your environment. And I took this step to move to a different city. It was time for me to let go of that nickname. But I didn't know how. And I took the train, 36-hour train, from my hometown, Kolkata, to Mumbai in search of a better life. In the train, as I was sitting, I was making plans for my better future. When I saw a 4-year-old kid looking at me and staring at me, I looked at the kid and asked him, "What's your name?" "My name is Phantom." "Your name is Phantom? Who gave you that name? Your mom or dad?" "I gave it to myself." "Why?" "I have 3 older brothers. They always say, 'You are so small, we can't see you. You are Stuart Little.' I didn't want to be a mice, so I told my brothers, 'If you can't see me, that's because I'm Phantom. So from now on, call me Phantom.'" That child just gave me the best idea. Why should we wait for the world to give us a nickname? Why should we wait for the world to find the goodness in you? Why should we wait for the world to see the pearls of wisdom that I have in me and give me a nickname with that? Why don't I step up the game and give myself that nickname? As I was in the train thinking what nickname I should give myself, I was thinking of black hair, black eyes, or even a big belly. But then I thought, why not give a nickname what I aspire to be? I always aspired to be a trendy, easygoing, a nice person. And the first word that comes to my mind when I use those words is Saby. And I decided that that will be my nickname. Saby, nickname, became life-changing for me. From the day I landed in Mumbai, I introduced myself as Saby. Everybody started calling me Saby, and I felt good. I felt accepted because people accepted the identity that I chose for myself. The identity that I chose for myself through a nickname. I remember my 19th birthday, when my phone will not stop ringing and people will call and wish me. I felt loved. I felt love towards others. I felt love for myself. The nickname is something that we as a child has always had. I think there's nobody in the world who's never had a nickname. At your school, at your college, and sometimes even at your workplace. Can you imagine a senior director of a company with a nickname Junior? How serious would you take him? Wouldn't it somewhere hold you from giving him the respect and the aura that he deserves just because he has a nickname like Junior? The nickname Saby helped me come out of my cocoon. I was the butterfly who painted his own wings with his own choice of colors. Does everybody call me Saby? No. Today, very few people call me that. People call me Sabster, Sabs, very affectionately even bus driver. But there's one person who still calls myself Saby, and that's me. When I stand in front of the mirror, I look at myself with confidence, with aura, that hey, I am Saby. I am that easygoing, trendy person that I always wanted to be. Ladies and gentlemen, my suggestion to you is do not wait for the world to find the goodness in you and find a nickname for you. Your nickname can be your biggest strength. Your nickname can be your biggest threat. So don't give that power to anybody. Choose your nickname. Even if the world refuses to call you by the name that you choose for yourself, call yourself that. Because imagine, if you are standing in front of the mirror and you call yourself the tiger and you are saying, Tiger, you can't do it. You still feel the power. There's somewhere in the back of your mind somebody telling, yes, I can do it. Let go of the name, the nickname that the world chooses for you. Own the nickname that you choose for yourself. Now I will ask all of you to take 10 seconds and think of a nickname that you think suits you. Think. When you're done, please raise your hand. Think of a nickname that characterizes you, the nickname that you aspire to be, the nickname that you always wanted to have. It can be a celebrity, it can be an event, it can be a feature. Anybody else? I want all of you to think. Anybody else?
I got cramped.
Thank you. If you have it in your mind, can I hear it at the count of 3? What nickname you have chosen for yourself? 1, 2, 3.
Harvey!
You just gave yourself a new identity to your nickname. Your nickname defines the attitude that you have towards you, yourself, your life. Because in life, it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that define your attitude. So ladies and gentlemen, don't wait for the world to choose the right nickname for you. Step up, look into the mirror, find your own nickname, find your own identity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
A nickname. And why do I need one as well? That's my first question.
Do you need one?
My name is Nikki, and I thought of myself as a tornado, so I picked that one. But I don't know if I would go into this job interview and like, hi, tornado, thank you, tornado. It would be crazy, right?
Well, nickname is more informal, I think, but that's something you use when you're interacting socially with your colleagues or your friends or family. But it's also important that you have, I feel that you need a good image for yourself, good identity for yourself when you're interacting socially, because we often don't realize the power and impact it can create on you in your work and other things that you do.
And like in an informal way, I was often given the nickname Little Giant by my sister because I'm the only one who's really tall and they are not. How do I get rid of that with my family then?
Well, if I was you, I would name myself.
Dangerous, dangerous.
You're setting yourself up.
Yeah. Well, it has to be good now.
Yes. Well, I think when things are tall, They are iconic. And just like probably the Statue of Liberty, you can call yourself the Statue of Liberty. You like it?
Let me think about that
That's
for
why
a
you
few
should
hours.
choose your own nickname.
Yeah, maybe that's the story indeed. For you guys, this is the interactive part. This isn't TV, this isn't internet, it's being taped right now. Oh, it's not being taped, that's great. I feel way better. So this is the interactive part, where we have this short Q&A. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to ask a question to Saby?
Well, I'd just like to reinforce what he said about nicknames. It's so important because if you look at any superhero movie, no one says, oh, Bruce Wayne is going to save the world.